Hey guys, it's Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to begin our look at 10 Years Gone by Led Zeppelin. We're going to take a look at all the chords and rhythm parts here. Solo will be in the next one. Well, there's a lot of solos. The main solo will be in the next video, and then I'm going to really kind of talk about and kind of show you some licks out of his other solos. Alright, so let's start here though with the actual intro slash verse. I just played the chorus there. Need kind of a clean tone here, and we're going to have this. Alright, and then it goes into the chorus. Alright, so we have some really big dynamics there. We have this A major chord, so hold this A major, pick through it quite loud with a downstroke, then lift up the little finger, or whatever finger you're holding that note with, to the open B. Then so now we have an A sus2 chord, come down to the G string, downstroke, and then another upstroke on the B. So we have this. Then you're going to switch to this chord, which is 3 on the D, 2 on the G, 3 on the B. Now you can hit that. He hits the high E string in there sometimes. So this. Alright, and from there he gets really light, picks very lightly. Just kind of pick across those 3 strings up and down. And then resolve it to an A. It's very quiet, and then he hits it hard again to start it over. Now some of the times he'll pick all the way to the high E. Out of there, we go to the A after the vocals, when the vocals come in a couple times through that chords progression. Then you get to this. You get out of this A to this chord, which is first fret on the D, second on the G, first on the B, second on the high E string. Now up to this, here's the 7th fret on the high E, 8 on the B, 9 on the G and the D. Move down 2 frets, so they get the 5th fret there on the high E now, 7 on the B, 6 on the G, 7 on the D. And then just basically that same chord shape but without the high E string, just 2 frets lower. 5, 4, 5. For this. Alright, and there we have the chorus. Now the chorus, we kick back in the distortion here, and I played that earlier when we started the video. So once again, that sounds like this. Alright, so we're going to start out with this little lick, hammered 2 to 3 on the low E, then 0, 3 on the A, 2, 3 on the D, so we have this. Now, just so you know this, I might have forgotten to mention it, we are in drop D tuning in this song. So the low E string is tuned down to a D. So make sure you're there, and that'll give you that'll make it sound like that. Can't remember if I actually mentioned that. And then we have 2, 3 on the D, then 2, then open A. So all together. So that opens the riff, and now we have this. So I'm pretty much all these chord shapes are all dyads that are on the two middle strings of the G and the D. So bar across the second fret there for both strings, and then the fourth fret on the G, you can keep the second fret there on the D, then back to the twos. Then come up here to fifth fret on the fourth string, fifth fret on the D string, fourth fret on the G. Hit it 3 times. Then add the sixth fret here on the G. And then scoot down here, we're gonna have fourth fret on the D, second fret on the G. So we have this all together. So the open A, and then we have this. So that's just the 4 on the D, 2 on the G, and then you add 4 on the G, back to 4 and 2. Now it goes to the third fret on the D, stay the same on the G string. Hit that 3 times, and then the fourth fret on the G instead. And then 2 across both strings. So we're all together. Let's repeat with the open A and start over. All right, now we have the bridge of the song, which happens after the solo. Now that one's got big distortion tone on it as well, and you really use this drop D tuning here, and it sounds like this. So you just, there's a 1-finger power chords up here, 5th fret, twice, 7, twice, 9, back to 7 a couple times, then 5th fret, and then the open. And then as you grab those open, let those ring, and then open, high E, open B, 2nd fret on the G, and then 4th fret on the D string. All right, so you're gonna do that like 4 times or whatever, and then the only other song part we have for the rhythms is the break of the song. It's kind of on a clean tone as well too, and we're gonna take a look at it here real quick. Let me just play through it real quickly for you. That takes us back into the chorus. So some really nice chords there. We have the open A string, 7th fret on the D, 9th on the G and the B. Then we go to 7 on the D, 6 on the G, 7 on the B, and the high E string with it. And as he plays this chord, he adds the 9th fret on the high E string. So we have this. Alright, now this next chord is really nice. Now what I'm doing here is I'm barring across the 5th fret on the low E, or it's the D now, A string and D string, 7th fret on the G, 7th fret on the B, and I'm letting the high E string ring, so I have this, it's not a full bar. To C major 7 chord, which is 3rd fret on the A, 2nd on the D, and the other top 3 strings are open, and no low string in there. Then we go to this, which is like a C sharp minor chord. Now it's 4th fret on the high E, 5th on the B, 6th on the G and the D. Play that and then lift up the first finger, let the high E string just ring out. And then, alright, so here we're basically doing the 12th fret on the A, 12th on the D, 11th on the G, 10 on the B, then the high E string. And then, now I'm doing that bar again at the 5th fret across his 3 bottom strings, and I'm also doing a bar across the 7th fret on the top 3 strings. That's all 6 strings, and then a familiar chord, 5 on the D, 4 on the G, 5 on the B. So all together. Back to the chorus. Alright, so in the next lesson, we're going to take a look at those solos. I'll see you then.